Now we will take an example of a transit having a planetary period of Rahu, Mercury and Saturn. That is the main period of Rahu, the sub period of Mercury and the sub period of Saturn. So what could have happened in the main period of Rahu, sub period of Saturn and the sub period of main period of Rahu, sub period of Mercury and sub period of Saturn. For that we have to look where is Rahu, that is the main period lord, Mercury, that is the sub period lord, and Saturn, that is the sub period lord. So to analyze any event, these three planetary lords are necessary. So I am considering a day that is a day of love, that is 14th of April 2010. On this day, if you look at the chart, have a look of the natal chart, what could have happened on this day, 14th of April 2010. This day, God has decided to give the native a lot of love. So now we will analyze how love could have happened on this day. On this day, Mars is on the sensitive point of Rahu, that is the main period lord. Venus, that is the lord of the 3rd and the 8th house. It is at 15 degree in the 5th house along with Rahu, and Mars is at 12 degree, that is within 5 degree to both Rahu, the main period lord, which is at 8 degree, and within 5 degree to Venus, the significator of the love and the lord of the 3rd and the 8th house at 15 degree. So the main period lord, that is Rahu, and the significator of love, that is Venus, these two sensitive points are transited by Mars. Because Mars is 12 degree and that is both, that is within 5 degree to both the sensitive point of Rahu, the main period lord, and Venus, that is the significator of love and also the lord of the 3rd and the 8th house in this particular horoscope. Again, Saturn is at 5 degree, which is again with 5 degree to the natal Saturn. The transiting Saturn is at 5 degree, which is again within 5 degree to the natal Saturn, Moon and Jupiter, where the natal Saturn is at 10 degree, natal Jupiter is at 9 degree and natal Moon is at 6 degree. So transiting Saturn is within 5 degree to the natal Saturn, Jupiter and Moon in the 7th house of spouse. Also the Mercury the Lord of the 7th house is conjunct with Venus, the significator of love, and the Lord of the 3rd and the 8th house in transit in 2nd house, aspecting the 8th house of sex. So Moon is aspecting the 7th house in transit, and Sun is exalted in Aries with Mercury and Venus. Are Moon at 6 degree, Saturn at 10 degree, Jupiter at 9 degree, and Rahu and Ketu are 8 degree. So my sensitive points are 6 degree, 10 degree, 9 degree, 8 degree, 3 degree, and so on. So take plus minus 5 degree from there, and whenever a planet is in transit in near these plus minus 5 degrees, over it or opposite to it, I know subconsciously some events are going to happen if these sensitive natal points transited by planets are also supported by current planetary period lords. So that's quite interesting. Whenever you have to analyze any event, first check that whether the planetary periods, that is the main period lord, sub period lord, and sub period lord, is qualifying for an event. If these three lords qualify for an event, then you go for transit of planet and look for the signification of the planetary lords which are operating those significations. If the significator of those events in transit are affected by the planets, that is, if planets transit over the sensitive point signifying the events already signified by the planetary lords, and when planet in transit also are in conjunct or aspect to each other, signify the same event that is being signified by the planetary lords, and the planets in transit are over the houses, that is, planet in transit are conjunct or aspecting the houses, that is the signification of the planetary signification of those events that is already signified by the planetary lords, that is the main period lord, sub period lord, and sub period lord, then that event is surely to happen. So keep watching me, and if you have any question, you can post me as a comment, or you can directly check on the link below and subscribe me. It's free of cost.